When it comes to AI and technology, there's no greater referenced person than good old Elon Musk. And yeah, nothing's going to change on this one because he was just at the UK conference on AI. And we've got a few little snippets from him that we're going to talk about. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Zach, the Wretched Watchman, and I'm going to bring you a little bit more news on the technology front. Man, we've been talking about technology a lot, but it just continues to move forward, and it seems that's going to be the infrastructure for the Antichrist beast system. But yeah, we got some more information coming from Elon Musk about these that was kind of a weird way of saying that, about this AI stuff and what it could mean for the future. Now, some of the stuff we've made reference to and we've talked about already, but there's nothing wrong with maybe a little bit of refresher, especially since we haven't talked about it in such a long time. So let's just kind of take a look at some of the things that he was talking about at this UK AI Safety Summit. And right off the bat, it's saying Musk likens AI to magic genie, says no jobs needed in the future. Now, again, I've showed video from this dude. He said it multiple times in different years and everything that says, yeah, we're moving towards a time where we're going to need a UBI system, which that's definitely something that could play a part in the Antichrist beast system. That's for sure. So if we take a look, it says the United Kingdom's Global Summit on Artificial Intelligence, or AI Safety, the AI Safety Summit, concluded on November 2nd with a one-on-one chat between UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, who is definitely controlled, that's for sure, and billionaire Elon Musk, who quite possibly could be one of those 10 kings, in my opinion. Musk was one of the many big names to attend the summit, including heads of OpenAI, they're the ones who do ChatGPT, Meta, Google, and its AI division, DeepMind, along with leaders from 27 countries. Musk's nearly hour-long chat with Sunak. You know, it says hour-long chat, but with how slow Elon Musk talks, that could be about 3 paragraphs total. Sorry, just thought I'd throw that in there. Hour-long chat with Sunak was one of the main events on the second day. So what did they talk about? Tell us. The conversation touched on everything from AI risks to China and opened with Elon Musk likening the emerging technology to a magic genie. It is somewhat of the magic genie problem, where if you have a magic genie that can grant all the wishes, usually those stories don't end well. Be careful what you wish for. I just, all I can do is just kind of give you my opinion on this. I can't necessarily tell you exactly what he means or anything, but we understand that magic genie problem where it's not gonna end well. Be careful what you wish for. I have a feeling that's more for us, the peasants, not for those who are actually in control of it, especially not the Antichrist, because I think AI is going to become DI, demonic intelligence. Yeah, demonic intelligence, where it's going to be completely possessed by demons if it's not already. But yeah, I think that's more of a reference or a warning to us in that case. Let's see. Both mentioned these intelligent bots need a physical off switch and drew parallels to science fiction movies like The Terminator. Well, that's comforting. All these movies with the same plot fundamentally all end with the person turning it off, Sunak said. Musk then commented, it's both good and bad. One of the challenges in the future will be, how do we find meaning in life if you have a magic genie that can do everything you want? Now that's interesting. How do you find meaning in life if you have a magic genie that can do everything that you want? Could this possibly be an angle to drive people away from God? You know, the meaning of why we're here. Now that's interesting, because if AI will just give you a virtual world where you can be anything that you want to, take you away from the evil of of reality of what's going on in the world, and shoot you off into some place where you can be anything that you want. You can be godlike. You can be like God, or, you know, as the mystery religion would be the Christ consciousness. If you could do that through technology, why would you need God? That's an interesting angle, and kind of interesting that Elon Musk took it in that direction. I just find that fascinating. Let's see. We went through that already. Yep. All right. Next one. When asked about AI's impact on the labor market, Musk called it the most disruptive force in history and said the technology will be smarter than the smartest human. There will come a point where no job is needed. You can have a job if you want to have a job for personal satisfaction, but the AI will be able to do everything. I don't know if that makes people comfortable or uncomfortable, Musk concluded. Again, we've had this discussion. He's talked about it. The dude, Sam Altman from OpenAI, he's talked about it. World leaders have talked about it. People at the WEF have talked about it. People at the Bank for International Settlements have talked about it. They have all talked about how there's going to be some type of UBI system in the future. Because as AI continues to move forward and take jobs, and we're already seeing that happening now, it's only going to gain momentum and steam, and it's only going to continue. I've talked about how Amazon is bringing this in. We got fast food places that are bringing it in. We've got bank traders that are bringing this stuff in. We've got other white collar jobs and office jobs that are bringing this in, and it's starting to take people away. Artist jobs are starting to go away. You're going to see things from the movie business, and you're going to be seeing it from all these other places. They're going to be jobs are going to be taken away through AI. And how are you going to have these people all here without some type of way to live? Well, the best way to do it is UBI, because if you have a digital UBI system, not only are you controlling the digital wallet, but you're also controlling if they get money and what they can spend it on at the same time. So this is the perfect way to do this. And so, yeah, this is Musk has talked about it and he's for it. He wants a UBI system. He just talked about it at like the the global government seminar. I can't remember the exact name of it. I showed the video in the past of this year. We said, yeah, you'll get paid to do nothing. A UBI system is coming, and he's for it. Well, that's no surprise, especially since he's got his own X.AI, which he's using X, Twitter, whatever, to funnel all this information in to feed this thing. And everything is going perfectly or going swimmingly. It's just ducky for what Musk is wanting to do with this. And these other guys, remember, I always talk about how these names and faces that get talked about a lot, there's a reason why they're talked about a lot. They want you to talk about them a lot. There's a whole bunch of other people behind the scenes getting this stuff done that we never see, we never talk about. And yeah, it's big like that. So let's see. If we keep going, it says, I don't know if that makes people comfortable or uncomfortable, Musk concluded. In addition, Musk commented on China's inclusion in the summit, saying their presence was essential. If they're not participants, it's pointless, he said. If the United States and the UK and China are aligned on safety, then that's going to be a good thing, because that's where the leadership is generally. Then he goes on to say, or not him, but the article goes on to say, since the rapid emergence of AI into the mainstream, governments worldwide have been rushing to find suitable solutions for regulating the technology, regulating it against us, for them against us. That's usually what that means. That's always what that means, honestly. Musk posted on Twitter on November 3rd that his XAI, which you can go check that out, X.AI, will release its first AI to a select group. It's already been released. He claimed that in some important ways, it could be the best currently on the market, especially since you have the biggest think tank out there, which is Twitter. The majority of people are on there. They're always putting information in there, which means it's all going towards his AI system. But if we go back, and I always try and make sure I bring this up whenever China is mentioned, because it's just, again, they've programmed people whether they think it or not, and that includes people in this prophecy sphere, that China is against us, is against the West, is against these things. No, China's on board with everybody else. China is just as controlled. It's important to understand that. I've done a thing on this called Tearing Down the Curtain, where I show just how connected China is to everything and how they're all working together. Putin from Russia, all the people from the West and the EU and Australia and New Zealand and the United States and all these people, China and North Korea and all these countries, they're all working together behind the scenes. They're all sitting at the same table, and it's important to understand that all these leaders, they're all controlled puppets as well. And so when he's talking about, it's important China is involved, well, of course it is, because he's friends with China. We're friends with China. We're all friends with China. It's just the systems that China is introducing that they tend to get blamed for a lot of, all the different things that are coming out seem to be coming from China. It's important to understand that China is funded by the WEF and the Bank for International Settlements. These programs were designed and developed in China with the help of all these other people, including the WEF and Bank for International Settlements, so then it could be issued out to the world. And they do it through China because they want everybody to think that there's some giant war between Russia, China, Korea, and whatnot against the West, when in actuality, they're all together in this. So when Musk says something like that, that makes perfect sense. It makes total perfect sense that he would want China to be involved, especially since they're one of the biggest technology leaders, especially since he's designing the X app to be a bigger global WeChat, which could possibly be one of the biggest systems in creating this beast economy, and even be connected up to other things that we know that the Bible talks about, even like the mark of the beast. No, I'm not saying it is the mark of the beast. I'm not saying it's even here. I'm just saying it's possible this is something that could be attached to it in some way, shape, or form, because that's what he's using it for. He's attaching everything to that thing. And it's designed after something that's in China that the government uses to track everybody, and everything runs through. So all of this stuff is connected. Everything makes sense. They're all partners in this. They're all using the same technology. So for us to say, yeah, it's important that the US, the UK, and China all work together, yeah, makes perfect sense. But again, there's a few quotes in there that just kind of made me go, there's some interesting angles to that. Maybe some different perspectives, not only for me, but for you guys to maybe even look at this. Try and think outside the box when it comes to stuff like this. The fact that he even said, trying to find a purpose to life, that's kind of interesting, because if everybody is blinded by AI technology, especially if it's in control of demonic possession, a lot of people might not come to the Lord because of that. It's kind of an interesting perspective. So we see that. We see the China connection. We see the UBI connection. There's a lot there. Some interesting stuff. Just a couple of snippets. Again, there's a lot more to it, but I just wanted to bring you just a short little clip of that. Some curious things. And yes, this technology stuff is coming online fast. We're past the point of, hey guys, it's coming. And now we're to the point of, hey guys, it just came online. So again, that's just another sign of how close we are to the rapture, guys. Because remember, the worse the world gets, the closer we are to going home. And we are told specifically in scripture, as these things come to pass, encourage each other with these words. Why? Because we have that promise of the blessed hope and the snatching away of the church before things start to get really, really bad. The restrainer is still here. The hand of God is holding things back. When all of a sudden the restrainer's gone and God moves his hand, you don't want to be here for that. So if you don't know the Lord Jesus Christ, the only way to the Father, he tells us that in John, you better get to him quickly. This time's running out. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you guys right here. Peace out and Maranatha.